Remember that big campaign where they said get the F out and WWF became WWE? Well, I kind of miss the WWF as most of us do. As we know, the WWF delivered a better product, a more consistent roster, and more engaging storylines. And like they say, less is more. Even though there were less of a roster back then, you had a better product overall than today's oversaturated market of WWF superstars. So today I wanted to review some classic legends from the WWF Mattel line, or I should say WWE because that's what it's called now. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. And as you guys can see, I got 3 boxes full of them. This is a range of legends from the Mattel line to the classic Jax figures from back in the day. But you'll see when I go through them what I have exactly. So let's start. This one, we're gonna do this one here. All right, Yokozuna, one of my favorite heels of all time. Whoa, stand up, Yoko. Stand up. I botched. This is gonna be on Botchamania. Anyway, yeah, Yokozuna was a no-nonsense heel who entered the scene in 1993, I believe. Could have been 92. And I followed his career very closely when he was in the WF. And he took over pretty quickly. I believe he beat the Macho Man. Actually, he won a Rumble and he beat Bret Hart for the WWF Championship, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he took the title off of Bret, and he was really like serious, like sumo style wrestler from Japan, and he was always one of my favorites. Rest in peace, Yoko. Here he is again in the Jax form, and it's funny because Jax had a different body mode for like the larger wrestlers, and like the arms are like way far out. You can't bring them close together. So yeah, I'm getting a phone call. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's Yoko on the Jax line. Let's do. Hold on. This is Animal from Legion of Doom. This was the last Animal figure they released, and unfortunately, it's a basic figure, and basics get a lot of flack for having limited articulation. And so, but this was actually the better version of the basic figures because I think they changed the whole scheme now. You can't swivel the biceps anymore or something to that effect. But yeah, this is a Mattel Battle Pack Animal figure. Here's Eddie Guerrero. I want to try to set these up without them tumbling over. Okay, so let's move them back there. They're gonna tumble. So here's Eddie Guerrero from the Legends 6 line, the final Legends line that Mattel released, and one of the better figures of Eddie Guerrero in his later career. Viva la Raza, you know, all that stuff. And stand there. Here's Crush from, he's actually in a Flashbacks. I don't think yeah, that's not the Legends line. That's the Flashbacks line from the Elites. And this was the only Crush they ever produced. And he's complete. He's decked out in his entrance gear. There he is. Whoa, stand up, Eddie. Here's The Rock, the People's Champion. This is from the Legends 3 or 2. I don't recall. This is a Legends Rock figure. He has gold trim trunks, the Brahma Bull. This is the iconic Rock from the 90s. Actually, late, I think 99. This is like the 99 version of him. Early 2000s, before he went Hollywood. Here's good old JR. He's now in AEW as a commentator. Um, this is actually not his figure, but this is from J&J Security Battle Pack. And I just did like a head swap with the Jim Ross head. That's about it. Oh, Yoko fell. Maybe I shouldn't concentrate so much on standing them. Here's Vader Time, one of my favorite heels of all time as well. I don't know, back in the day, the wrestling promotions produced better giants, in my opinion. Now I think the giants are like jokes because like Braun Strowman, I don't take him seriously. Braun Strowman is pretty much his legacy's tarnished from all the garbage they put him through and the storylines and all that. But yeah, this is WCW version of Vader. I didn't get his other. He has two figures from Mattel, and I didn't get the other one. I have a duplicate. Yeah, I have two of the same Legends. One with the complete cape and entrance gear, and one without. But yeah, that's Vader. Okay, let me try to format this better for you guys. Classic series, Jax Hollywood Hogan. I included him in this list because we don't have a Mattel Hollywood Hogan yet. I don't know if we ever will get one, but this is my only Hollywood Hogan, and this is a nice figure considering, you know, it being how old it is and it's from the Jax line. But it's very good. It holds up pretty well. And let me just make a side-by-side comparison to his Mattel figure, and they scale pretty nicely. Now, this figure is kind of Hollywood because when he first joined the NWO, when he first joined Hall and Nash, and I believe it was Bash at the Beach, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was wearing something like this. He was wearing this type of attire because Hogan, you know, he switched from the yellow trunks to the yellow tights. I mean, red tights. And so, yeah, this is like the closest we're going to get to Hollywood when in the Mattel line. Here's Trish Stratus. Now, I put her down here because Trish was like in the Attitude Era. She had, you know, a run from the Attitude Era to the, I think till recently. She's still doing it. She's still in that ring. She makes like special appearances, you know, and so I added her. Now we're gonna do double Nasty Boys. The Sags, yeah, Knobs and Sags. I never was Nasty Boy fans, but they were kind of funny. Like they would do some stupid stuff. Like they would rub, like one guy would be on the corner with his armpit out, and the guy in the ring would rub the opponent under his pits. That's some nasty shit, but that's what they were into. I guess that was the Nasty Boys for you. Here's the Macho Man. This is funny. Oddly enough, this is the only Macho Man figure that I have. I never collected Macho Man figures, and I was a fan. I think Macho Man was the man. But Bret Hart was my top pick back in the day. Here's another Hogan, red and yellow, Jax, classic line. Now this is his iconic look, you know, Hulkamania. That's basically what he ran through his entire Hulkamania career. There's his head cap, his bandana. Brother. Ultimate Warrior. You might see him in my older videos. This is not one of my favorite attires ever because nobody likes this attire. he ditched like his look for this. I don't know why he thought this was gonna rock, you know? But it kind of reminds me of Giant Gonzalez, or what was his name in WF? I think it was Giant Gonzalez, right, in WF? He had that outfit, that muscle suit. That was similar. Now I got Kane here. This is the Kane that everybody, well, I shouldn't speak for everybody else, but this is his, iconic version when he first, emerged from the depths of hell and stuff. I miss this Kane. Too bad he ditched the whole persona and started talking. Here's Undertaker from the Defining Moments line. It's not one of my favorite attires. I don't like this like stitching. It's like medieval type of look. His arms are loose. I got rubber bands that I put like in the arms to tighten it. So pretty cool. I like the face scan. Here's The Rock, basic. This was a Defining Moments. Now, I don't understand, like back then, the Defining Moments line, all the figures were in basic form, but they came with like soft goods, cloth material, outfits and all that. And I didn't understand that combination, but they later changed the Defining Moments to Elites. This is the same figure, just, with the track shirt on. And yeah, that's The Rock. Here's Animal from Legion of Doom. This is the last Animal. Did I bring out Animal earlier? I mean Hulk. Yeah, Animal. No, this is Hulk. I'm sorry, this is Hulk. I get them mixed up. So this is Hulk. Yeah, this is the final Hulk figure ever released. I don't know if Mattel will be doing any more Legion of Doom because they lost they don't have a contract with them or something, some type of licensing type of deal. Here's Kevin Nash. I have him in one of my videos. You might want to check that out. I think his WCW look was badass as in comparison to his WF as Diesel. Here's Ravishing Rick Rude, complete Legends figure. Rick Rude was one of my favorites as well. I remember so many highlights in his career. Undertaker. I gotta say, when he ditched the gray and black for the purple, I wasn't a fan. I thought that the change wasn't necessary, even though I think the reason why they changed the gray is because there was the imposter Undertaker and they wanted to distinguish them in the match. But at the same time, it was clear, who the real Undertaker was. So the change didn't make sense to me. But I had no control over that. Here's Sergeant Slaughter. When I was a kid, I remember it being kind of cool that he was in the G.I. Joe line. It was kind of odd to see like a WF wrestler in a cartoon that's outside of WF. So I think he broke a barrier there. He went mainstream pretty much. Here's Viscera from the Jax line. I don't have his Mattel figure, so I wanted to include it here. Same body mode as Yokozuna's, and it's just Viscera. Jax was lazy, I would tell you that much, because Jax used the same body mode for everybody. If you were like a heavyset wrestler, all the heavyset wrestlers had the same body mode. Now here's my favorite, Bret Hart. In his heyday, he was a true wrestler. This guy was passionate with what he did, and he took it. He made a career out of being a wrestler, a professional wrestler. Here's him again in his fedora jacket. I used to think he looked like Michael Jackson with his outfits, but move this closer. All right, here's Shawn Michaels. Yeah, McMahon had a fascination with Shawn Michaels. I don't know why, but that's what it was. And Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest. when it comes to Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, they're like the Ryu and Ken of wrestling. You know, Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter? Those are like the top dogs in Street Fighter. Well, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, like Ryu and Ken. Razor Ramon, this dude was a badass, yo. When Razor Ramon came in the scene in WF back in the day, those vignettes, I was like, yo, this guy's gonna be the man. He wanted the gold, and he used to always rock gold chains. He wanted to be champion. He was like, I'm taking the title off of whoever. And nothing, well, he didn't get the world title, but he did get the IC title. He is the nature boy, Ric Flair, woo! With the robe. This is defining moments. Now, see, like I mentioned earlier, defining moments switched from basics to elites, and that was a smart move. I don't know why they didn't start that initially, but that's Mattel for you. Mattel logic. Here's Mankind. Mankind was cool. Cactus Jack. He was mostly outside of WF, but I knew him like when he was in WCW. I wasn't much of a WCW fan, but yeah, Cactus Jack has a long career. McFoley, or his Bret. Bret has so many attires. Here's defining moments, Bret. This is probably the only time they made this attire outside of basic, but that basic one that they came out with Shawn Michaels was like lacking. Here's Bret again. Bret again. It's the man, y'all. I mean, Bret Hart. Legend of all time. Neidhart. I always thought Neidhart was like the powerhouse, you know, he's the man to like when they were tag teams, he was the one that's gonna like hold shit down because Bret was the light guy. Here's Austin 316, I'll whip your ass. I'll beat you within an inch of your life, son. Stunner. Do the stunt. Ah. Here's Neidhart again. I have two Neidharts. One of them has a broken leg. He has a broken leg. Yeah. The inside is kind of like defected. Here's Austin. Street geared Austin. What? This is a real vest. Austin in street gear again. Austin was the man, you know. The Attitude Era. You know who started the Attitude Era? Bret. They give Stone Cold all the credit, but Bret started it. You know? Bret proves himself time and time again. You people don't appreciate it. Here's Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty, the only figure he'll ever have. In the Rockers. Here's the Click. Look, Triple H and Diesel. You know, when Triple H came in the scene, Razor and Diesel were on their way out, so like Triple H didn't really like join the Click. Triple H is not an official member of the Click. I'm going on record to say that. So if Triple H has a rebuttal, he could challenge me on that, you know? Here's Dio to me, or I will kill you. No, he won't kill you. Here he is, though. I lost his tassels. They popped off. You know what? I'm gonna try to put like real tassels on because he had those fake plastic tassels. I'm gonna give him like real tassels. He was Andre the Giant. I am a giant. That's why my name is the Giant. Look at him. I think Andre, like, I gotta watch his matches because I can't remember for the life of me, like, his moveset. I know he did that thumb thing on the corner, but I don't remember him doing much else. Andre used to be, I think he was like a brawler type of wrestler. Here's Jake the Snake. Oh, let me go back to that. This is the All-Stars Jake, by the way. Check that out. He has the Medusa look. That's cool, right? The snake boots. Yeah. The only thing about Jake is that he has the same, all his figures from the Mattel line at least, they have the same head scan. But I guess he never really changed his look as far as his face and his head scan goes, so I guess it's just, but he did have some different attires though. Very colorful. Back then, the wrestlers had some official art look to them. Like, they look like comic books. Here's Animal from the Legends line. Now, I think this first attempt that they did, I think they missed because it was kind of, I don't know, Animal was always bulkier than this. Excuse me. Let me see if I get his older, his newer. Now look, this is Animal, right? And this is the first Legends. This is the first Mattel attempt. Look at the difference. It's like, one is way more bulkier than the other. So that's the look, that's what he was supposed to look like. But I don't know where they got this slim guy from. Here's The Undertaker, my favorite incarnation of him. This is his first run in the 90s. He had the gray and black. Now, this, like, that look, they never really brought it back. Actually, they did, back in 96. He had that, he was wearing those gloves, the gray gloves, and the gray boot stats. Here's Hulk, Legion of Doom. This was his final elite. Right now, moving on to Roddy Piper. I don't know why he's carrying the Ultimate Warrior's banana title. I call it the Banana Wing Eagle title because it has like a banana yellow. And here's Piper from the Defining Moments in basic form. Doesn't make sense. Here he is without the shirt. Got two of them. Hulkamania. This is his defining look again, but in Mattel form. He has the Wing Eagle title. Yeah, the Wing Eagle title. Ketchup and mustard look. Here's Warrior and Hogan. This is classic Hogan from Jax. From the... No, it's not Rocky. I thought that was the Rocky. No, but it says Hulkster on his headband. The focus is bad, but... Yeah, Hogan and Warrior. This is Warrior from the Legends 3 line. Okay, Kevin Von Erich. Next up. I wish I had Texas Tornado, but I passed on him. I had the chance to buy him at Conway. I bought Kevin Von Erich. They had Texas Tornado as well, and I, for some reason, passed for $6. And this was in 2013. It's crazy, right? That's why, like, in hindsight, whenever you pass on a figure, like, sometimes it's regrettable because those figures are hard to obtain later on in the future. So here's the $1 Million Man. One of my favorites, by the way. Him and IRS as a tag team. I remember I was like a big fan of them because they kicked ass. This is the Viking. No, yeah, they called them the Viking, but this was Husk, the Berserker. Yeah, the Berserker. And it's odd that I have this figure, but I have him. But it's never really a fan of his. Here's the Iron Sheik, you fucking asshole. He's always cursing. Fucking bullshit. Here's British Bulldog. British Bulldog. I liked his 97 look better than this. But yeah, this is his old school look. His leg is a little warped. Looks crippled. Next up is Sergeant Slaughter from the Legends 1 line. Again, this is another figure they could have made bulkier. They made him a little too slim in my opinion. But yeah, this is the first attempt at Sergeant Slaughter from the Mattel line. All right, Terry Funk. Oh, stand up, Terry. Did some swapping here with the arms, but yeah, this is Terry Funk, classic Legends line. Here's Animal again. I have two of them from the Legends one. Alright, gotta finish this up. Here's the Bushwhackers. Never liked these dudes. I don't even understand how these guys were like around for so long. I used to be like, yo, go away. They were like constantly, they ranged from the 80s. They were like around from the 80s to like the late 90s. Here's a cool DDP. I have him in the Brian Kendrick's jacket from the Jax line. Looks pretty cool. I think he used to dress like that in WCW. And here, this is the last one. Kamala. I used to like Kamala. When he had the mask on, and it made him look scarier. So that's it. That's my review for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing an update soon, so stay tuned.